So there's our new chicks that we've hatched so far. Yesterday I showed you a video where they were all hatching. So we got 15 so far out of 22. One has died. It died in the egg, and we was pretty sure it was dead. It was, I don't know, 24 hours or so. And they say after 24 hours, if they've already poked a hole through the egg, to go ahead and check to see if you can pull away some of the egg and help them out. Well, it had already passed. It suffocated. I'm not sure what happened. His nose wasn't anywhere near the hole that he poked, which means he probably suffocated. So these are the 15. They're all pretty happy. We got 7 eggs left. I went ahead and candled all 7 eggs, and it appears there's something in each egg. Definitely, I think there's 3 eggs that definitely had actual shape of a chicken in it. And then this morning we float tested them. And the way this works is if you put the egg in water. Now you got to use like 100-degree water so you don't shock the egg and, you know, too cold, too hot. So we used our little laser thermometer. Water was about 100 degrees. It was like 99.5. And we float tested each egg. Now if they sink to the bottom, then they're bad. If they float on the top like a boat, then they're bad. But if they sink all the way down until the very tip of it, and the very tip of it is out of the water, kind of like I'd like to say an iceberg, where 90% of it's under the water and 10% of it is above the water, then they're okay. And all 6 eggs passed that inspection. We did quite a bit of research. Well, Carolyn did, I should say. I shouldn't take any credit for that. And she found videos where some of these chickens are taking 28 days. She watched one do the float test. At 23 days, he had 6 eggs fail, and the rest of them hatched by 28 days. So I would have probably shut off the incubator by, I don't know, 23 days or so. It's supposed to be 21 days. So if they keep passing the water test at 28 days, I'll just leave it up and running until 28 days, and I'm going to shut it off because it uses a lot of electricity, and I don't want to keep running the generator on dead eggs. So, but we got the 15. That's great. Pretty good for our first try at this. I mean, I've done this in the past, but it's been a long time. This is the first time we've ever done it on solar panels. So Carolyn has started planting her tomatoes and getting the mulch wrapped around. You can see the boxes, I would assume, eggshells. So she's getting her tomatoes and peppers planted. She's still got a few more to do, I think. I don't know, she might have gotten them yesterday. Yeah, she's gotten some more down here. I didn't see these. Right there and there. She's got to get more leaves down here. I brought them down with the lawnmower the other day. We still got another huge pile of leaves, so we're not at risk of running out of leaves. Now you're probably wondering why I didn't till it. Well, I did try to till it. I really did. I tilled this right here, and it was so muddy and nasty, I just couldn't get it tilled. And I was running out of time. Carolyn finally said, don't worry about it. I mean, it's good and soft dirt. I tilled it many times last fall, so it'd be good and ready. So she said, I'll just dig holes and we'll plant the tomatoes, and then she'll put the leaves around it. That should kill off the plant life. And then we'll plant the corn. She'll also plant, I think she said, watermelon and squash. And their leaves will spread out quite a bit, and that'll kill off a lot of this vegetation also. We could have laid a tarp down or something last fall, but we didn't. So now we're dealing with the consequences this year. I suppose that's what happens. You just run out of time and don't get things done, and then you start making excuses. So last summer, you will remember if you were here, that we had a lot of problems with wildlife. We had possums and raccoons and armadillos. And I thought I trapped them all. Well, I'm 100% positive I trapped them all. I got them all out of here. I had a trail cam, and I put it up, and you could see all the animals coming up, and I knew how many raccoons we had. I don't know, let's say I had 4. And I got them all, and I took them all over to the conservation area. Now before you trap an animal, I'm gonna go down in the woods so my selfie stick doesn't overheat, because in direct sunlight, the selfie stick will overheat, and then I gotta wait for it to cool off. But if I come down in the shade, it'll last longer. So before you transport wildlife, you trap it and take it somewhere else, you need to check your ordinances, your laws of the area, your conservation laws. A lot of people won't let you do it. And the reason is because the animal could suffer. So I think the biggest problem is somebody will trap a raccoon in the city where it's got plenty of trash to eat, it's in the trash dumpsters all the time, and then you take it out to the country and it doesn't know how to forage or hunt or do anything. But here in Missouri, there's no law against it, but I studied this to figure out why they were passing laws that said you couldn't trap and transport. So here in this area, the raccoons are very comfortable with scavenging and hunting, looking for grubs and all that stuff. So I was able to trap them and move them to the conservation area. Now I thought, like I said, I thought I got them all. And I don't know how they come back. But that's the problem, is they've all come back. And I got all of them. I got the possum and the 4 raccoons, and the armadillo got squashed on the road. So I saw its carcass. Well, the other morning I got up and something had been digging in the yard. So I know we got the armadillo back. Got up one morning, it was 5 o'clock in the morning, I walked down and I could hear him, he was in the brush. They're not very afraid of people. Last year, you'll see in one of my trail cams, I was in front of the trail cam. Uh-oh, I think I just touched poison ivy. No, leaves of 3, leave it be. No, that's not poison ivy, never mind. So I need to wash my hands regardless. I came down at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was messing with the trail cam and the chickens or something, and you'll see in the trail cam that the guy wouldn't leave. He just kept coming around me. Now you got to be careful with armadillos. Armadillos can carry leprosy. And if anybody knows anything about history, that was a pretty serious problem in the human history. As a matter of fact, there was an island in Hawaii that was a reservation or something for people who had leprosy. That's where they would send them. A leopard colony, I think is what they would call it. So pretty serious. You don't want to get leprosy. I don't know, I'm sure it's treatable now, but it wasn't back then. I wouldn't want to get it. So be careful with them. If you're going to shoot it or anything, don't touch it with your hands. Use a shovel, scoop it up, bury it, and then bleach the shovel. But don't touch the shovel. Then we had a possum. You'll remember the possum killed one of our chickens. Well, he didn't actually kill it. He tortured it. We had chicken wire up, and I didn't know this at the time, but what will happen is the chickens will lay up against the chicken wire at night, and the possum or raccoon will grab through the chicken wire and grab a wing or whatever it can grab a hold of and eat it. So I got up in the morning and I had a chicken with a missing wing, and it ripped the skin off its stomach and everything. It was terrible. So we went ahead and killed it. Now, at the time, I just buried it. I didn't know if it could have rabies. Well, come to find out, possums don't really carry rabies. I still wouldn't want to trust it, but they're not supposed to carry rabies. Raccoons do. And you can Google all this. Turns out you can cook a chicken that was attacked by an animal. If you cook it thoroughly, you can cook out rabies. That being said, I would not do it. I don't have that kind of trust. I mean, you'd have all that potential of having rabies on your countertops and your cookware and all that. I'm not a big fan of that. It's bad enough getting sick from salmonella or listeria or something. Who wants to get rabies? So I thought I had it all taken care of, and I didn't think it would be any time in the near future before we'd have another problem, but they're back. So Carolyn saw that something had been digging small holes near her garden up here, and I thought, well, it's probably a raccoon. Also, she threw out a trash bag. This is how we do things. She'll take a trash bag, she throws it out on the back porch, and then when I come down the hill, I'll grab the bag and I take it down to the burn barrel. Well, I didn't grab it that day or whatever it was, or she threw it out late and I don't know. And something got a hold of the trash bag. I assumed it was a raccoon, but it could have been a cat or something. So I went ahead and set up the trap the other day, and the first day I didn't catch anything, but the second day I did. So I caught a raccoon. Now raccoons usually come in a group of raccoons. Usually there's always several. So far I've only caught one, and I've put it right here by the garden, and I put cat food in it, and I caught him. Now I know we still got the armadillo. He's been hanging around here. I heard him over here in this brush pile, and you can see that he's been digging. That's the frustrating thing about armadillos, is they make huge holes. You know, that can be a trip hazard. Carolyn walking through and trip up on it. So I've been trying to get those filled in. We also have a groundhog around here. Now groundhogs are a mess. They make massive holes. Got one down here in the woods. I've got the rest of them filled in. But when we first moved on the property, that was a real risk of ankle breakers there. You fall into those groundhog holes. Now they could be foxholes, but I'm pretty sure it's a groundhog. I actually saw the groundhog twice now. Saw it here on this property, and then I saw it up on the hill the other day. They're just, oh yeah, he's been digging down here again. There's freshly dug up dirt. So you can see, you can get your whole foot down in that. Imagine that walking around here, the leaves cover that up, you don't see it and trip. That'll break your ankle pretty quick. But you can, whoa, right there. He's been digging there. I just about tripped in that, whatever that is. So he's digging again, but that's been there for ever since we've been here, that hole. I've never filled that one in. So we'll get all this squared away again. I don't want to bring down those meat birds, the chickens that we just hatched. I don't want to bring them down until I'm pretty sure that we got everything taken care of. So if you'll check out that super thanks button, I'd really appreciate it. I hope I can inspire you to take care of your problems so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.